You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Markeia McCarty and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show.
Oh, yeah. When you hear the siren, the swing's coming. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV. I am Tom Connolly. And we have our main event crew back together with us. Everyone's here tonight. Sitting next to me, Markeia McCarty. How you doing, Markeia?
I'm great. Hey, guys. Glad to be back.
Yes, great to have everybody back. And sitting across from me, Gabrielle Loren. How you doing, Gabby?
I'm doing really well. Thanks, guys. Glad to be here as always.
And sitting next to her, Scott Narver.
Whoa. No. I've been using Markeia McCarty since Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness.
I had to cut the music on that one.
Yeah, big record scratch.
Just a joke. Scott Narver is here. The whole crew is here.
I'm guessing who he wants to be here besides Scott?
No, I'm good. I like Scott better.
Wait, you realize you just said that on the air, right?
Christian.
Everybody does. Hashtag Scott's better than Christian.
All the record scratches.
Christian knows I like him too. I like Christian too. So, guys, a lot happened in the last 48 hours or 72 hours from the pay-per-view till now.
Yeah.
AJ's not pregnant.
No. Well, we don't know that yet.
You can't wrestle and have a baby in you. You can't do that.
No. But she is back. We'll get to that in a little bit. Lots of returns from former world champions, former Divas champions, people getting fired, people getting rehired. We'll get into that.
I like how he says people.
Yes.
Like there's more than one.
Yeah, more than one.
There could have been. I don't know. Maybe we didn't know.
In the span of time of when we record this, someone else could be fired and rehired.
Yeah.
That's true.
Who knows?
But the show starts out tonight with Heyman and Cesaro in the ring. Cesaro has an eye patch on his eye because apparently when he was fighting Kofi hit him in the eye. And I don't know if it like scraped something inside of his eye or like his cornea. I'm not sure. But he is able to compete, which at first I didn't think he was going to. I thought they were just going to, find out a new main event for the night.
Yeah, I think it was a good look for him, though. You know, one of the wrestlers.
He kind of looked like a pirate.
Superhero villain.
So cool. That eye patch is awesome.
It looked great. It was like pointed and shiny.
I think Tom needs an eye patch.
Yeah. I was going to try to buy one today.
Really?
But then I forgot.
I should have said something. I have so many eye patches.
Geez.
Why?
I cosplay.
Maybe next week. Next week we'll have them. But yeah, so Heyman says, don't boo my client, boo Kofi Kingston, because he's the one that injured my client.
That was a boo, not blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a blue boo.
And he says Cesaro's not competing, but he will compete in the Battle Royal for the Intercontinental title, because now Bad News Barrett is hurt. He has surgery. He's out for a couple months. So now the vacant now holds the WWE Intercontinental title. He did hold the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, but he just keeps switching from title to title. That vacant guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of these times he's gonna just have them all.
It's very exciting to constantly shake up all the title divisions when someone is injured and out, and you go, well, I guess now we'll have a ladder match for it. Nope, I guess now we'll have a battle royal for it. Someone just keeps getting injured.
Are we bored with the battle royals though?
Yeah. I would have been cool with a tournament again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I don't have much of an opinion on it. I just hate that everybody keeps on getting hurt. It's like you have all of this energy stored up behind somebody, and it's like, what's happening in the ring right now that just everybody's getting hurt? I'm wondering if it's a device that they're using, but I don't think Bad News Barrett would give up that belt for anything.
No. I think he got thrown into the barricade by Swagger. That's the device, Swagger.
I really wish there was a reality show on just all of the WWE superstars, just a camera rolling backstage that was legitimate, not scripted, so we could see if there is actual drama going on behind the scenes leading up to these injuries. Because sometimes people get in the ring with each other and one person may hate the other person, so maybe they do something that they shouldn't have done, or it could have been an accident, but you never know. But, it would be nice if there was kind of a show for that, to kind of, where we could speculate, oh, well, that happened because,
So you think it's like the mafia, that people are taking other people out?
A little bit, yeah, it happens.
Oh.
Is Vince the Godfather or is Triple H now?
I'm going to go Triple H as the Godfather.
They can't all be on good terms in one happy family. I highly doubt that.
Here at AfterBuzz, it happens all the time. People are constantly taking each other out.
Yeah.
I remember last week. Do you guys remember that?
I wasn't here last week. I was in New York.
Neither was I.
We all remember. Wait, what happened? No. So Ziggler comes out. He says people may remember when I won Money in the Bank, remember when I cashed it in. He's not the perennial runner-up, as Heyman called him earlier. He says Cesaro looks like a James Bond villain. And then, I thought it was kind of leading just to maybe they were going to fight right there. Just start the match now. Then Big E comes out, says he's a former... Did anybody notice the way Big E was talking this week?
It's been happening, for about a week now.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
Like he's a pastor?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I haven't seen it until now, and I was like, okay. He's talking about how he's on this path to righteousness and excellence.
He's bringing the wrath upon you.
Yeah. He will overcome every hurdle and obstacle like every man in his path.
No, that's not how he said it, Tom.
Do you want to do it?
No, Tom, you have it right in front of you.
Say it how he said it,
Oh,
Tom.
God.
Do it.
He said, I will... I can't do it.
Do it. Put some bass in your voice.
But he was like, I will overcome every obstacle and hurdle and every man in my path. Something like that. I don't know.
There we go.
And then before he gets done talking, Ryback comes out. And Ryback with the listen up cornballs. Does he just have cheesy lines that he just loves to say every week? Well, both of them do.
Sounds pretty cheesy to me, cornball.
Yeah, Gabby would have had something way better. They're at the bleep button ready.
Oh, yeah, true. I like that button better.
Yeah, but even Axel's like, when the Axeman and the big guy are in the battle royal, we will not be stopped. And I was like, you guys are just...
They're the bullies in high school that really think they're funny.
Yeah.
Like in the Letterman's jacket, they're like cornballs, and elbowing each other.
You expect for the quarterback to come out because they're the two guys right behind him.
Yep. And then out of nowhere, RVD comes out. He kind of just says, everyone, he's like, I wrote down that he said, Dolph is awesome, Big E is cool, and you guys suck over there, except you stole my ring gear to Ryback.
That was funny.
Yeah, that got a real expression from Curtis Axel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was expecting that. I really enjoyed that. He's like, what?
And then he says, nobody's, they're all really good, but nobody's as good as RVD. Ryback attacks him. The faces end up clearing house, which then sets up 6-man tag for the main event tonight. What do you guys think of the opening segment tonight?
I thought it was entertaining. It wasn't too long.
Mm-hmm.
When I did SmackDown last week or the week before, something like that, they had an intro section, and it was a little long. It's like everybody coming out and, oh, I'm the greatest, da-da-da-da, and then that just went a little bit too long. But this was snazzy. Yeah, it was great. Introduced everybody. I enjoyed it, and I liked the how they were just cutting each other. It was fun.
Mm-hmm. What did you think, Gabby?
This is the first match we're talking about, yeah.
No, just the first segment thing. Yeah.
Okay, so I think it was interesting because everyone kind of spoke up, but at the same time, I think it ran on too long. I think we've all seen that a lot of these storylines are cutting into the actual show. And even though I like the storylines, I think sometimes it takes away from the wrestling and what we want to see and watch. So it was kind of like speak now or forever hold your peace for this one. And I appreciate it, but at the same time, I almost wish that it was a little quicker. And I don't know, a big fight broke out. There was a lot of testosterone. And it was interesting, as much as I could say about it.
What do you think, Scott, for the opening segment?
I liked it. I like the fact that it ended up causing the main event to change for the show. I do want more spontaneity. I think there's, seeing Stephanie and Triple H having more spontaneity in their promos and the other shows. RVD got one in about the ring gear. That felt like it was totally off the cuff. I want to see more of that. And I think Heyman is capable of it. And if he's not doing it, he makes it at least appear like he's doing it, rather than everybody else is coming out as just saying what I think has been told for them to say. So if we're going to watch some segment like this, have fun with it. Like, just cut loose. Throw in a line. You're on TV. You're live. Like, throw something in there.
Yeah, I almost wonder, do they allow for improv at all, or is it completely, like, word for word scripted?
It seems like certain people have leeway.
Yeah.
And some don't.
Like they're cleared for it or something.
Yeah. Which, just do it. What's going to happen? You're going to get fired and hired in the same day? Like, it may happen.
True story.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, they're going to get yelled at backstage. But, I mean, what RVD said wasn't even anything... it worked because
it's
that
something
exactly
people have thought of for a long time now.
Yeah, since Ryback has been there, he has the same gear as RVD.
So what if you just improv the winner also? What if you decide that night,
I'm sure they've done that before.
You're like, I'm not going with the script, screw that, I deserve my chance.
Come on, Kofi, do it. Yeah. Come on, Kofi.
It'd be hard because
you might get fired.
Well,
beat up.
Yeah, because you also have that person who you beat. If you're forcing him to stay down, and he's like, "No, what are you doing?"
Yeah, this is not how it's supposed to go.
Stop it. They might cry in the ring. Yeah. Who knows?
You gotta get the ref to go along with it too. To actually,
it's like no,
do the 3 count. Yeah,
just 2.
He just stands there holding his hand. It could be interesting though. I would like to see
something off the cuff.
Yeah. Then we go to the Raw recap. We had a lot of recaps in this show, along with matches, but...
Yeah, great recaps, though.
Yeah. First, we see that The Miz returned. He was we thought he was the surprise return.
I like this part.
Of the week. But it wasn't The Miz. It was Y2J, Chris Jericho, back in WWE. Jericho ends up beating up The Miz. And then he starts to do his Raw as Jericho before he can get it done. Who comes out but the Wyatts? They attack Jericho.
They appear.
Yeah. And I guess on this week on SmackDown, Jericho's I'm guessing you have an in-ring segment or something like that. He's going to be on SmackDown this week in some capacity. So I'm happy Jericho's back. They swerved me with it because when I did watch it, I saw a picture of The Miz, and I was like, okay, I like The Miz, but I wanted to be somebody bigger than The Miz. And then as I was watching it, and then Jericho's music hit, I was like, everybody in the crowd, I was like, yeah! I was pumped to see
and
Jericho
your wife
back.
is going, quiet! Shut up!
She's like, what happened? I was
Get
like,
off the coffee
Jericho's
table.
back. She's like, oh, okay, that's cool. But what do you guys think of Jericho being back in this Raw recap?
Well, it's like, welcome home, welcome back. And what a proper welcome to have the Wyatts beat you up. And Sister Abigail you. So I think I'm actually going to watch SmackDown just to see, some more Jericho. Hopefully he'll do more stuff on Main Event.
Nice,
so
yeah.
I would like
hope
that.
So. What do you think, Gabby?
So I'm going to get into another side of this. I think I saw the Wyatt intro like 5 times, or was that like something wrong with my computer? Did you guys notice that too?
No, it may have been something wrong with the feed.
It like repeated like 5 times. And then you saw that one, and then it came on again, and then I was like, what is this? And I was about to text one of you, but I'm like, forget it. I'll probably just mention it on the show. So I saw that a lot. But I actually thought this whole Miz thing was so funny because he was so narcissistic when he got up there, talking himself up. Like, I can't even remember the lines because I didn't write them down, but it was just hysterical. So, yes, welcome back to Jericho, but I thought this whole little I don't know, charade was funny to intro that.
But I'm the Marine, damn it.
That was my favorite line.
Yeah.
What do you think, though, Scott?
It was good to finally see The Miz be The Miz, not any of this middle ground character. This is the character I think is best suited for him. Just being a total jerk, being a Hollywood star.
Yes, pretentious.
Yeah, totally pretentious. Wearing the sunglasses, having the better ADR scarf than the ADR.
I was going to say the same thing.
And just obnoxious clothes. Like, just own it. Just be that guy that we wouldn't like you. If you walked into the room being that Hollywood pretentious guy, no one would like you. And just run with it.
Yeah, I think it's good for both of them, for Jericho and The Miz. I think I'm not sure where I'm sure The Miz will probably be in the IC title Battle Royal.
I see you too.
Yeah. Yes.
Critical condition.
Oh.
I don't know, after that code breaker from Jericho, maybe. I'm not sure.
I thought the microphone, like a cartoon, just was lodged in his mouth.
But yeah, I mean, I'm really happy Jericho's back. I think it's, with Daniel Bryan being out for who knows how long, I think it's main event guy you can bring back. Him and Wyatt on the mic are going to be awesome together. So I'm excited for that feud. Then let's finally get to the first match of the night after all that. This match was very fast. R-Truth and Xavier Woods versus the Wyatts. The Wyatts' entrance is crazy now, though. Now they have like the lights behind them with and then everyone else has the cell phone. And I haven't heard their theme. I didn't know the little kid that sings at the beginning of the theme. I'm not sure if that's new.
I think they did it on Raw or maybe the pay-per-view.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I didn't see their entrance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've been trying to find what it's going to be, because before it was like some weird harmonica. He's got the whole world in his hands, and then it switched again.
Yeah,
Okay.
I heard that part.
Yeah. I was like, man, that was creepy. And
No matter what they do, like, they can't not get them cheered.
Yeah.
It's if they're trying to change it or alter it in some way where everybody's so used to the Wyatt family theme where they're excited about that, people just love them.
yeah. Maybe they shouldn't have the kids singing at the beginning. Because
I
then
have
people are
an
going to want to
idea.
keep singing it after it, but I don't know.
What if they surprised the audience and like kind of did like some kind of effect on one side of the arena where nobody's expecting it? So it's always in a different place, whether it's like kind of like a lightning bolt idea or
Shoot lightning at the audience somewhere in the crowd.
shoot lightning, but like like a spotlight or like a dramatic effect in one like little section of the arena. Or like have someone pop up in the arena like a clown. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Make it like super creepy.
No clowns.
Why? If you're trying to go all out, go all out.
Would you be happy if a clown just popped up next to you during your show?
I'd be like, yeah, I'm on TV. Just kidding.
I think that clown would get punched in the face a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a great comedy segment for each week on Raw. Like, who's gonna punch him this week?
That poor guy.
Yeah.
It'll be Sandow, obviously.
Yeah, it will be. Yep. Why did we say that out loud? Next week he's gonna be a clown.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be horrifying.
But yeah, so this match was very fast. Xavier Woods went on the attack, taking out Rowan and Harper. I did like Xavier Woods hit a cool like springboard DDT for 2. But then after that, it was just all Rowan taking control. Harper then comes in, takes out R-Truth after he tries to break up a count. And then Rowan hit his finisher. It's kind of like I would kind of say a modified like sit down rock bottom kind of thing. I don't know.
Was that when he did that side slam?
Yeah. Like at to win the match. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Wyatts win. Look very strong in this match. What do you guys think, and what was your rating?
Well, as soon as I saw R-Truth and Xavier Wood,
You knew they would win.
sorry. Yeah. Let's be honest. But there was that one time that R-Truth won against, I think it was Sandow.
That one time.
That one time. Yeah. So if they had another one time, maybe I wouldn't automatically assume that the other team's going to win. I did enjoy Xavier Woods' energy during the match. I mean, he's very vocal. He's very into it. He's very serious about this. It did kind of seem like he was telegraphing his moves to me. Like when he was doing it, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he's about to kick. There he goes. Okay, cool. So maybe try the sneakier side of things. I know that R-Truth isn't like a very sneaky person, and he is Xavier Woods' mentor. But, you know, go ahead and mix in some of those moves along with being the face character. I think that would be very interesting and give him a different dynamic.
Yeah.
But I thought he was doing a pretty decent job holding his own against Rowan until, you know, Rowan served him his butt. So I ended up giving the match a 3. Gotcha.
Gabby, what do you think?
Agreeing with Markeia, I think the moves were very predictable on the side of Xavier Woods and R-Truth. This match didn't really do it for me. I think it was short and also underdone. I don't think R-Truth and Xavier are good tag partners for the Wyatts. It's a bad match to me. But, you know, loving the Wyatts, I really appreciated their dramatics. Like, Luke Harper, in the very beginning of the match, he had these crazy eyes. He just was, like, looking and staring at his opponent, which I thought was awesome. And then Harper screamed out with his mouth open, like, ah, like, I don't even know what he said. It was just so weird. But I love their characters. They always bring it every time. A nice move, well, actually, no, not a nice move. This is something I didn't like. Xavier tried to slam his entire body into Eric Rowan.
Like a couple times.
Yeah, he went right into him, and I thought, why would you even think to do that? Because you know you're just going to fall right back down. It was not smart. I don't think that they're on top of their game. I think they need to get in the ring more outside of Main Event, Raw, and all the other shows to actually work on their skills and maybe try and figure out what works with their height, with their capabilities, and their, like, physical strength, and, like, figure out something that will kind of be their brand. Gotcha. I don't know. Maybe then they'll win. But also, the very end, when the Wyatts won, they just kind of left Xavier dead in the ring after, like, the massive side slam. He literally just knocked out and did not even flinch after that. So it wasn't much of a competitive match for me, and I like competition. I gave it a 2.5.
Gotcha. Scott, what do you think?
It was fine. I always like seeing the Wyatts. It is a shame, though, when you see the other team that hasn't been on TV much, and you go, all right, well, yeah, there's no match here. They're just going to get squashed. I'm glad they're building up the division more. I'm glad that R-Truth and Xavier Woods are a tag team. I hope they do get featured more. I hope they do get a win on someone credible at some point to make them contenders. And then more of these matches could then be a toss-up where you don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
But it was good to see them. And the Wyatts are just fantastic. They keep getting better and better. Their entrance is great. Like you mentioned, that watching Luke Harper's eyes and Rowan's getting more and more intense in the ring, it's just really great. And the fact that they're showcasing Rowan more, giving him a finishing move that's strong, letting him get the wins, it's just building him up more and more. So I give it 14 yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, I gave it a 2.5. I thought it was a little quick for the first match, but there was a lot in this show, so I understand why it was not that long of a match. One thing I thought was funny was at the beginning when they were standing outside the ring. I was like listening to somebody in the crowd, and some guy was like, "Hey, Luke, take a shower." I was like,
"That's funny."
Yeah, I always love when you can hear their audience yelling at them for no reason, or as long as there's something.
That's an invitation right there.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Were you the guy that yelled it?
Well,
you were in Connecticut this week. Jeez, you've been everywhere. But yeah, I thought it was very obvious he was going to win, especially since the Wyatts didn't win the belts on Sunday. So, we got to at least keep them strong because I'm sure they'll have a rematch either at the next pay-per-view or, maybe on a Raw after that. But before we get to the next Raw recap, we have to plug this book, which is out in stores. Markeia Menounos' Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness. You guys should go check it out. Go buy it. It has awesome recipes in it. Great tips.
You don't even have to go to a store.
No, you can get it on Amazon.
Yeah, they ship it to you.
Yeah.
They bring you a book. Some man is paid to bring you a book to your house. You don't even have to get up.
Or if you have a Kindle, they can zap it right to you. You can get it in seconds.
Oh, yeah,
you can
absolutely.
Be reading it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of great things in it. There's like that 9-step thing in there. And I just like that it's like she's done all these lifelong things, and she just kind of, in a way, dumbs it down and makes it readily accessible. So then it's something that anybody could use.
Exactly.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is on the New York Times bestseller list. So if that doesn't say enough, you guys should definitely read some of the reviews on Amazon.
Yeah. Go check it out. Go pick it up.
Yeah.
support Maria Menounos. Because we all do. And it's an awesome book. So
and you'll get in shape.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You feel better.
You will
It's summertime.
just like one of the wrestlers when you're done with this book.
Not Luke Harper.
Not Luke Harper or Bray or Eric Rowan.
I want to look like Kofi Kingston.
Well, that's in the tanning bed.
Nice
Wait, you don't like Nikki?
Oh, he's not talking about his skin.
He might be. He might very well be. Steve?
No comment.
He left.
Markeia, you don't like Nikki?
What?
Didn't you just say, but Nikki too, let's be honest?
No.
I thought you just said that.
I actually can't remember what I said, but I didn't.
I thought you said Nikki too, let's be honest.
I think
let's
you
rewind
know.
Trash on the
Oh, no,
Bellas.
I said, but not Big E.
Oh,
Let's
Big
be
E.
honest.
Okay. I thought you said Nikki. I'm like, what's wrong with her body?
Yeah, no.
And then, all right, so
Two
let's move
totally
on.
different people.
Yes. So then we see another Raw recap. Paige is in the ring saying, she thinks she deserves her spot here. She was a fighting champion. But out comes AJ Lee with that nice ring on her finger. Sorry, Scott.
That's for show. That's character stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, okay.
You think Kane wears a mask every day? He don't.
I think he does. What if he really had to? That would suck.
That would be terrible.
Yeah.
Maybe we had to go everywhere with that mask on. But AJ comes out. Basically the same thing that happened the night after WrestleMania. She kind of, coaxes Paige into having this match with her and says, oh, well. And Paige kind of played the bad guy of like, but these people don't want to see me defend my title right now. Do you? And of course everyone's like, yeah, we want to see a title match. And AJ ends up winning the match, winning the Divas Championship. I like Paige where she was like, this is my house now, and smacks AJ in the face. I thought it was good. A good, good part from the match. I didn't like that the match was like less than a minute. I wish I was even upset, the first time it happened when Paige won. I wish it would have been a longer match. And then this time they did the same thing, but I'm sure they'll have a match at pay-per-view, hopefully, that'll give them like 10, 15 minutes to just shine and do what they can do best. Like, these two girls can really wrestle. Let's see them wrestle each other.
Or get some behind-the-scenes stuff with Paige, because, she has some anger going on now against AJ Lee, so that'd be pretty interesting.
Some go behind with Renee.
Yeah.
Those are coming up. But what do you guys think of AJ returning?
I thought it was fun. I thought that was a fun thing for them to do. Totally didn't expect it. I did not, and I, like you said, the match was short. I would have liked a little bit more, go between for the both of them, either like on the mics or something like that. But of course, it was a recap. I didn't actually see the thing on. It
was
Raw.
really fast. As much as they showed in the recap, there wasn't that much more to it.
A lot more skipping.
Yeah, there was a lot more skipping.
I would have liked to see more craziness on the side of both of them, because it's a pretty big deal, right? The Divas Championship. There's divas that would, pour kitty litter on somebody and pour milk on them for this championship belt. So I would have liked more intensity, but it is what it is, and it continues forward. We'll have more storyline after this.
Gotcha. Yeah, I agree. What do you guys think of AJ coming back?
I think as long as they expand on it, it will be okay, but I can't believe how short-lived Paige's reign was with the Divas, and it went right back to AJ.
Yeah.
Who had it for over a year, right? That's crazy. So, as long as, like I said, they do something interesting with the storyline, sure. But if it's going to be dull and she's just going to hold that title for a while and be, PUSSY and not really do any fighting, then it's going to be super boring that she even has the Divas Championship.
Gotcha. I know Scott's happy.
All is right in the world.
So what Randy Orton is to me, AJ is to you.
Yep.
I understand.
And what Cena is to Tom.
Oh.
Wait,
And what IRS is to you.
I
Back
don't
in
love
the day,
Cena. I hate him.
Sure, just like one of those boys in kindergarten pulling somebody's hair.
It's hard to pull Cena's hair.
Yeah.
Is it, Tom?
No comment. Let's move forward with the show.
That's for the bedroom.
And the tour bus.
So let's get to John Cena's girlfriend, Nikki Bella. I wrote down here, and this is kind of did her boobs look bigger?
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're totally.
No,
Are you compensating Tom right now?
No, I wrote this down. I don't know if it was just me or not, but they did. And I don't know anybody else watching. You guys can comment on this at home. Did anybody else think so? Then
I thought her boobs looked big, but I mean, she does have huge boobs in the first place. She just probably had a really big push-up bra, but I thought the same thing.
see, I wasn't alone. I was just like, what? I was like, she's very attractive.
She get a
and that's
tune-up?
fine.
You
I
wanna
don't know.
know-
I don't know.
Yeah.
She hasn't been on TV in a while. That's all I'm saying.
You want to know what was going through my head when I saw that?
I think everybody does. Yes.
I mean, as a female, I was just thinking, how do you wrestle with those? Like, and then I was thinking, like, what happens if something pops? Like, isn't it so easy to get
happened to
damaged?
other wrestlers
Other
before.
wrestlers, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I just can't.
That's
I'd be
horrific.
scared if I was her. I wouldn't be able to like complete the moves. I feel like if I had like watermelons on me that weren't real. I don't know.
Is it a possibility that when she was with Bella, I'm sorry, Brie, because they're the Bella twins,
Yeah.
when she was with Brie all the time, that maybe most of the focus was on Brie because she tended to get in the ring more, so then you didn't notice
wait,
the signs?
You're saying it's a trick of the eye in the TV that if they're both there, it's like a magic eye where you have to unfocus
It's
and
like
then
one
it
of those
focuses.
perspective paintings. What's the term?
I don't know, maybe. But maybe if Brie eventually comes back, then we'll have to see.
Are you talking about holograms over here? Like it changes?
I think this is why Main Event is the top-rated show on the WWE
Hell
Network.
yeah.
Exactly.
And you know what? Comment below if you think her boobs look big on tonight's show.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding.
And then
They're going to now.
Yeah, they are definitely. So Nikki gets in the ring. Stephanie shows up on the screen. The Funkadactyl's already out there, and she says, "Oh, since Brie left her alone to fight the Funkadactyl, Stephanie's going to give her a new tag team partner. Out comes Alicia Fox.
Looking great.
Yeah.
She always looks so good.
She struts down to the ring. This starts off with Nikki and Naomi going back and forth. Nikki gets thrown out of the ring. She gets back in the ring. Cameron grabs her hair, pulls her down, then tags herself in the match and takes control. Nikki, Nikki is like she's built, like she's jacked, and she's way stronger than Cameron. And as Cameron had that kind of I'm trying to think of the name of the move. She kind of had her arms like wrenched behind her back.
Oh, yeah. Like
Where she's like this.
Yeah. Like
When
that.
her boobs are really out. Yeah. She was like this. Oh, look at them. That's specifically when I realized how big her boobs were. Sorry.
I don't know why you're apologizing. We're talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, sorry. Excuse me. Let's get back to the men punching one another.
No, but she really was trying to push her chest out. Like, I have to put it out there. But yeah,
As did
anyways,
she.
continue.
But Nikki is so much stronger. Like, I feel like that's a weird move for Cameron to put on Nikki, just because Nikki is so much stronger. And like as you've seen on like Total Divas and stuff, like she does weightlifting with John Cena, and I mean she doesn't match John Cena, but she's strong. Like it's not a big like surprise that she isn't.
Who lifts more, her or you? With John Cena?
I say no, definitely her.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say John just lifts me in there.
See, I told you.
But so Nikki goes for the tag to Alicia Fox. Alicia moves and then kicks her right in the face, which that looked like that was really a really hard kick. And then Cameron covers her for the win. So Nikki's upset in the ring, and Naomi's kind of upset as they leave, and they just the Funkadactyls just Cameron shows off. Oh, I beat Nikki. She didn't really beat her, but at least the Funkadactyls get the win. But there's still that inner fighting between those two too, which we saw on Raw, and not at the pay-per-view, but you could definitely tell at the pay-per-view that Cameron was happy that Naomi lost and did not win the belt. But what do you guys think of this match?
It was a match.
I don't know if we can really even call it a match.
Yeah.
What?
It was a scrimmage. It was a hair pulling bit of distraction. there were some things that I enjoyed about it, like the whole furthering of character and storyline with like Naomi and Cameron, like when they first come out and they do like the booty touch thing and, you know, up, and Cameron's just not having it, total attitude the entire time, and Naomi has that, okay, what's going on? We're friends, come on, let's talk. So I like that they have that dynamic going on, and I really enjoyed. I'm not a hair pulling person. I don't like hair pulling, but I really thought that was really funny when Cameron just reached out and yanked Nikki Bella to the mat. I was like, whoa, was not expecting that at all. And then with Alicia Fox just being like, Nikki, yeah, woo, come on, clap, clap. And I actually thought it might be like, oh, okay, she wants to be part of a winning tag team. You know, maybe they're thinking of changing her to face.
Mm-hmm.
You know, although I think she's, you know, crazy as a fox. Oh, yeah, I said that. And then just having that whole kick to the face thing, I was like, wow, wow. I wonder if it was supposed to be that hard.
I don't know.
Or if that was supposed to happen.
So, yeah.
So besides for those fun things, everything else was just, what are we doing? What is this? I ended up giving it a 1.75 for character and storylines.
Gotcha. Gabby.
Super low.
Yeah, sorry.
I am on the opposite realm of that. I loved it because there was drama, and I like dirty fighting too. So, I mean, I definitely admire the strength and ability of these wrestlers, but it's also nice to see them get, you know, dirty. So, with this one, I actually predicted in the beginning that Nikki wasn't having it and she was going to turn on Alicia. I thought that it was going to be opposite. But to my surprise, Alicia turned on Nikki. Now, I wonder if Stephanie McMahon purposely put Alicia with Nikki knowing that Alicia was going to set her up, or if she had no idea and just wanted to stick her with somebody.
I think maybe she's punishing her. Like, she can't get to Brie right now,
Yep.
but she can get to Nikki.
But
so.
do you think that she wanted Alicia to carry out that match the way she did?
I think yeah, because even on Raw, whatever, when Vicky Guerrero had her last match on Raw, Alicia Fox was one of the girls that came out to help Stephanie to throw Vicky into that pool of
Caramel.
yeah, whatever it was, yeah.
Okay, so it makes sense. Like Markeia loved the move with the hair grab because it was a lot of force. Who knew someone could just be slammed down on their back with just a hair pull? So that was nice. Good cat move. And when Alicia turned on Nikki and she kind of moved her hand out of the way so that she couldn't tag her in and let Nikki kind of get taken on by Cameron, it was kind of like a yikes moment. Now I realize this girl's a biatch and not in her corner. But I'm wondering, are these girls going to be new tag team partners, or was this just a one-match thing? That's on my mind. But I gave it a 4.0 because I was still in the screen and watching very closely.
Gotcha.
So I was in the game.
Scott, what'd you think?
I dug it. I mean, this was a Divas heavy show. So we had, the recap from Raw about the championship changing hands. We had the go behind with Nikki, and then we had the match with a bunch of divas. So it was Divas heavy on Main Event, which was great to see that it wasn't just all the guys. So, and they did a lot of story and character development and moving on this forward, which is something we've also wanted out of this show. So I liked it for that. I mean, I know it was quick and short, but it was great. I like the progression of they treat Main Event like an actual show, and that we get these things. It's not just for Raw and SmackDown, that we also get important story elements to the show.
Gotcha.
So I dug it. I gave it 18 calls to my mama.
Gotcha. I mean, I gave it, for match-wise, I gave it a 1.5 because I just didn't think it was that good of a match overall.
The wrestling.
Yeah, the storyline works. They just Stephanie, punishing Nikki because she can't get the Brie, which is just gonna piss Brie off more, and maybe we'll see her back. I don't think Alicia Fox and Nikki will be tag teaming again. I think they'll probably fight each other next week. That's my guess. Maybe.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, at least something different. And as far as the Funkadactyls, I think they're on thin ice, and one of them's going to turn on the other eventually. Seems like Cameron's going to turn.
Naomi. Yeah, I hope it's Naomi, though, that she finally just snaps. She's like, you know what? You spoiled baby. Get in the ring. Because it's, baby. It's me and you now. It's like, forget whoever. No, be like, no, go up the ramp. This is between us. That would be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be a good pay-per-view match. If they have, if it's AJ and Paige and then Cameron versus Naomi, I think that'd be good.
I think Naomi needs a Divas champion belt.
Yeah, I think she'll. I feel that by the end of this year she'll win it. I think so. I think she deserves it. Then we go to our...
Maybe she could beat Paige, but can't beat AJ.
Nobody can, apparently.
Yeah.
So then we go to our favorite segment. We got two of these this week. Go Behind with Renee Young and Sheamus. Sheamus says, this is USA. I'm a fighting champion. He has a... he's going to let anybody have an opportunity to fight him on SmackDown for the belt. Del Rio shows up, says, he's going to enter the Battle Royal, win the IC title, but he's also going to beat Sheamus to be the U.S. champion. So I'm sure that then they did say that match is going to be on SmackDown this week. It was good to see. I like something that wasn't on Main Event was in a batch, one of these segments that led to SmackDown, which I thought that was cool.
Yeah, like setting it up.
Yeah,
so it's like cool. We can set it up for other people to knock it out of the park.
Yes. Then we go to a Raw recap. Cena is the champ. I wrote Cena is the champ. Whippy on here.
Say it like Biggie.
And then Triple H asked him, are you going to do this the easy way or the hard way? Cena's going to do this the hard way. At a Battleground, it's Cena, Orton, Kane, and Reigns in a fatal four-way. Then we saw the end of Raw where Cena gets Tombstone. Hunter is calling. You think he's calling for help, but he's actually calling for Seth Rollins to come cash in. Rollins can't cash in. Ambrose attacks him.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. Triple H.
Stupid ref.
If you didn't show it on the recap, but on Raw, Triple H was like, "You're such an idiot" to the ref.
Awesome.
Because the ref wouldn't ring the bell. And then Reigns comes back out, spears Kane, and then we get the stare down between Triple H and Reigns. Hopefully, setting that match up for somewhere down the line. It's gonna happen. And the crowd was just chanting, "This is awesome" for that. So I'm pumped for that. I think it's going to be an awesome feud. It was an awesome Raw on Monday. If you guys didn't watch the whole thing, go watch the whole. It was a good, solid 3-hour Raw.
Yeah, they're selling Twisted Iced Tea now.
Yes, they are.
Yay!
Very strange. They're selling booze on Raw.
I thought it was just a regular kind of iced tea.
No,
that's what the kids think. Yeah. That's what happens.
I think kids are going to be getting, yay, Twisted Iced Tea.
Peach and mango twisted.
Are you guys happy Cena won? Obviously, I am.
Yeah.
I am, because I think Cena's always a great measuring stick of... People always get bummed out that he wins it, but he puts on great matches, and whoever then will beat him is that much more exciting. Like at SummerSlam when it was him and Daniel Bryan, that was exciting. That was huge. So whoever that person is in that match that you think it's credible that person may beat Cena, it's way more exciting.
I agree with Scott. I think that the more exclusive it is, the more people kind of appreciate it. And if it wasn't in that fashion where, one person was a person to look up to that you just need to beat, then it wouldn't be as special. And you'd kind of lose the interest.
Gotcha.
It's not watered down with the 2 titles anymore. Now it's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it because I think Cena is the perfect placeholder until Bryan comes back. He's going to defend that belt. I mean, it's his belt. It belongs to him. Belts belong to him, but nobody's gonna wrestle that away from him until Bryan comes back. So yeah, I think that's the perfect choice.
Awesome.
Bitter.
Whatever. I really don't know who else would have won that match. There could have been other people, but if they're setting up to this SummerSlam that him versus Brock Lesnar, he is the guy that should be in that match. So it does make sense.
He's coming around.
But I also like the idea that now it's Cena versus the Authority. We haven't really seen that yet. He hasn't really been going against them, so it could get very interesting if they do it right, and maybe Triple H helps John Cena win for some reason, and Cena has to reluctantly take that win then what? You know, it's I don't know. There's a lot of things they can do with it that we haven't seen in a while.
Plus, didn't we get a sneak peek at the next video game cover?
Yes.
Oh yes, he is on the cover, John Cena. So I'll see what happens. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll see what happens. Then we go to the second go behind with Renee Young. Did you want to say something?
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. With Cesaro and Paul Heyman. Cesaro is manning up tonight and he's gonna fight because he'd rather fight than give up these belts and forfeit. And then Heyman kept doing yes chants in Renee Young's face. And he says, my client will fight win the Battle Royal and the IC title, and his victory speech will be in 5 different languages. And I wrote down the 5. I think he was like, I'm gonna probably mess this up, but he was like, Fern, Sink, Sinke, Few, 5. I don't know. Maybe that was right. I don't know.
Pretty impressive.
I liked when they both came back and then they looked in her face and they're like, 5.
Yeah.
And she definitely broke. She was just like, just started laughing. And then let's get to the main event. We're good on time. I think we are. But let's get to the main event. It was Ziggler, RVD, and Big E versus 3 Paul Heyman guys, Ryback, and Cesaro. I did write that I thought Cesaro did look badass with the eye patch on. He should definitely keep it for a while. Big E hit a belly-to-belly suplex on Ryback, which I thought was impressive looking. Cesaro won't tag into the match to help Axel, but Big E just throws Axel into Cesaro to tag him in. Ziggler then ends up getting in the match and takes the eye patch off of Cesaro. This match was like crazy, like so much back and forth of all of them fighting. Ziggler then comes in later, gets the hot tag, hits the 10 punches in the corner to the neck breaker to Cesaro. He hits the Famouser for 2, and they showed like a close up of Paul Heyman just not looking happy at ringside. And then Ziggler hit his DDT for 2. Big E then everyone kind of gets in the ring. Big E gets tossed to the outside, and then RVD is up on the corner, and Cesaro pushes him off into Big E and Ryback. Then Ziggler hits zigzag out of nowhere and gets the win. So Ziggler's getting some wins here. Is he, gonna win the IC title at Battleground and this Battle Royal?
No.
Don't crush my dreams over there.
Hey, you asked.
But what do you guys think of the main event tonight?
Well, for the match, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of back and forth. For some reason, in particular, I really enjoyed whenever the camera would go to Paul Heyman because he's so expressive. He was like, "Oh, you better win this. You better win this. I have everything behind you. I've got Brock Lesnar. You win this." So yeah, I enjoyed that. I liked Ziggler doing the kind of sneaky move. Well, not sneaky move, as in dirty move, like just ripping that eye patch off. I thought that was great, and I thought he was like in rare form. I really like that. I haven't seen RVD a lot. Mm-hmm. I guess like for his wrestling style, it was just very. It was thoughtful to me. It was kind of patient and purposeful, and it just kind of seemed out of sync with the way that the other wrestlers were moving. They were like Ziggler's, fast, quick, in your face, and then RVD's like, and I'm gonna do this. This is going to happen. So that kind of threw me off just a little bit. I think I'd prefer to see him in like a one-on-one match. It was just there was a lot going on.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I thought the match was solid. They did a great build-up for it in the beginning for this match. I ended up giving it a 3.5.
Gotcha. Gabby, what do you think?
I actually gave it the same rating as Markeia, 3.5. But I thought it was semi-interesting. Could have seen more. I feel like I've seen better main events, I guess. But going off what you said, do you think Dolph Ziggler's going to win in the next match? I believe that Ryback may win. That's my prediction because in commentary, they said he has an extra hunger and he's never been an Intercontinental Champion. So I feel like that might have been a clue. And anybody who has that hunger, you never know. But yeah, it was an okay match. I liked Paul Heyman's reaction. He was shocked by Dolph's win. And And Dolph was smart. He did a move that capitalized off distraction. So, yes, good job.
Scott, what'd you think?
It was fun. I was glad that they shook up the main event for this week, that it was advertised as Ziggler and Cesaro, but they said, no, we're making it a 6-man, and got more guys on TV and got more out of the show from it, especially when the other segments got shortened. It was fun. Like you said, a lot of back and forth, crazy action. I think a lot of people look good. Cesaro with that eye patch, I really hope that sticks. Like, that is just a cool look. But I really enjoyed it. It was a fun main event. Not the best wrestling main event, not the most storyline epic one, but just a fun one. Like, just a good show overall. So I give it a 47 bottles of bleach.
Gotcha. I gave it the same rating as you guys did, 3.5. I thought it was, I thought it was a good match.
It's not my rating.
I meant the ladies.
Oh, okay.
It translated into the same rating.
It doesn't, I assure you.
But yeah, I thought it was a good match overall. It did. God, I can't even talk tonight. I apologize. I did like that it added all the guys that are going to be in this battle royal. You know, now we know that there's these 6 guys are in it, plus Sandow and Kali. Okay.
What?
Yeah, Kali's in the battle royal.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Great.
Is it your pick now?
Everything changes now.
Yeah.
See him on main event soon.
Yeah. But and it was good for Ziggler to get the win, especially he didn't win the briefcase. So I think there's, they got to make all these other guys look viable to win this battle royal and not make it so obvious that, oh, this guy's gonna win. And I do think Cesaro is probably going to be the one to win. That's my guess, at least now, like since watching Raw and main event. But I think that it doesn't make sense if there's only if you think only one guy's going to win, it's boring, especially if there's 20 guys in the ring. Especially like it's same thing as like a Royal Rumble. If you know who's going to win the Royal Rumble, it's just not as fun to watch because once that guy gets in the ring, he's not getting thrown out. Overall, good main event. A lot happened in this show, storyline wise. The recaps. I think this is probably the most packed main event show we've seen since it's been on the network. Of just they've actually, been cutting back on the recaps, but this week I think they had to show it because so much happened on Raw.
Well, yeah, it's the Monday after pay-per-view. Isn't that always the most packed one? Quick question though, with Rollins. Did he officially cash in the Money in the Bank, or just wasn't able to?
The bell has to ring. So that's how. If the bell doesn't ring, then it doesn't officially.
And you got to have the notary there.
That would have been awesome, though. Where he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to cash it in," and then Ambrose, "No."
I also think that the ref didn't ring the bell because Cena was not
conscious.
Yeah. That's what they were waiting on. But I feel like when Dan O'Brien cashed in on the Big Show, I'm pretty sure he was knocked out on the ground.
Yeah.
And he cashed in on him. But hey, it's John Cena. I understand. I get it now. But I think that kind of wraps us up here for this week. Markeia, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter, at Markeia McCarty. And if you enjoy live comedy, on July 13th, SS Improv will be at Clubhouse, and we are doing a benefit show to help us get to Honolulu in Pravaganza.
Awesome.
So we'll have a raffle and a special guest.
Oh, is it John Cena? I may know him. I may, maybe make it a connection. I don't know. Gabby, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Gabrielle_Loren or Instagram GabbyLO87. Take it away.
You can find me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks. This is my comedy wrestling podcast, Curtain Jerks, available on iTunes and On Your Mark Show, youtube.com/On Your Mark Show. The guest this week is the former Katie Lee Burchill, Katarina Waters. So check that out.
Awesome. And you guys can find me on Twitter at TomTheCom and every week here on WWE Main Event. So we'll see you guys next week.
From executive producers Markeia McCarty, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.